So let's go into why we're here. I'm Lauren from the social media team. Would you like to introduce yourself, Tashina?
Yeah, I'm Tashina from Logical Harmony. So excited to be here.
And we're going to be chatting about all things cruelty-free today. So everything from how to go cruelty-free to resources. One of the best resources in the world is right here next to me. She's amazing. And we're going to just be talking about how you guys can help us go cruelty-free as well, or help the world go cruelty-free. There's a link in our bio where you can go and help us contact legislators and tell them why it's important to go cruelty-free and why you feel there needs to be legislation to end animal testing now. So we're going to be repeating the same messages throughout. We're going to tell you some phone numbers that you can text and really get the ball rolling on this. But Tashina is here because she's going to tell us about how you can go cruelty-free and why animal testing is still a thing, what the alternatives are, all those fun things. So should we get into it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's jump in.
All right, perfect. So first question, Tashina. What is the definition of cruelty-free and why does it matter to go cruelty-free?
So cruelty-free means that there's no animal testing at any time. So all the way from the ingredients that are used to the finished product that's on the shelves, just no animal testing. And it matters simply because animal testing is super unnecessary. There's no reason for it to happen, and it's just an important thing that everyone should do when they can.
Agreed. It's so unnecessary. There's so many alternatives now to animal testing that it's a completely unnecessary thing. It's cruel. I've seen the photos myself. They're not pretty.
No, and it's so many animals every year too. It's insane how many, like.
It's 500,000 animals a year are tested on. And usually die from it. It's really, really awful. So one thing that I forgot to mention in the beginning is that if you guys are engaging, asking us questions, we're giving away 5 cruelty-free starter packs. So that's going to include toothy tabs, mouthwash, deodorant, all of this wonderful Lush stuff that you may not know that we sell, and that will be a great alternative for stuff that you'll find in a drugstore. So keep commenting, keep asking us questions, and we'll choose 5 people at random to receive these packages. So we love hearing from you. Okay, back to it.
Yeah.
Why are animal tests still a thing?
I mean, there's so many regulations that require them around the world. A lot of companies, it's just how they've always done things, and so they stick with this is how we've done things, so we're just going to keep doing it that way, even though there's so many ingredients that have been proven safe without animal testing, so many formulations, it's completely unnecessary. But it's just kind of a way where the industry is stuck in the times. And then there are also different laws around the world that do still require animal testing, and that is a huge part of why it's still done. I think China is an example of that. The laws there require animal testing on all cosmetics, even if the ingredients have been proven safe. And so that's something that hits brands really hard. If they want to sell in China in stores, they have to test on animals and be okay with it. And I think that is one of the biggest struggles in the cruelty-free movement.
So what are the alternatives then? Like if we're not testing on animals, who are we testing on?
Yeah, I mean, there are in vitro tests, there's computer model tests, and like I mentioned, there's so many ingredients that have been proven safe already that governments all around the world don't require animal testing on. So it's really, really easy to avoid. And often these alternatives are cheaper for the companies than animal testing. So it really makes sense to use these alternatives instead of animal testing, and they're way more accurate as well.
Absolutely. A lot of people are asking, how do you know whether a brand is cruelty-free or not?
Yeah, it can be tough because there's technically no definition of cruelty-free. There's no legal term around the world that's agreed upon. A great resource is my website, Logical Harmony. I have a full list of cruelty-free brands there that are vetted. I also have shopping guides for tons of different stores. Brands are really vocal about it, and if you talk to them, like Lush is a great example of a brand that stands behind that value. If you ask them, you'll find so much information on their website, and there are different cruelty-free certifications. That's a really great place to start. So look for those on product packaging, look for those on their websites, things like that.
Yeah, and Lush is unique in that not only are we cruelty-free, but we actively campaign to end animal testing in North America. And so that's what we're doing right now. I'm just going to reintroduce us. My name's Lauren. I'm on the social media team here at Lush Cosmetics. This is the wonderful, full of information, beautiful Tashina of logicalharmony.net, the cruelty-free expert. She's everything and more.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Some people are asking where we are. We're in the Napa Valley Lush. So it's a really gorgeous store. Hit us up, come visit us. You'll love this shop. The manager, Sophie, is lovely. So we are just chatting all things cruelty-free. Again, if you're engaging, if you are asking us questions, there's a chance that you could win one of 5 cruelty-free starter packs. So basically anything that you would find in a drugstore, we're offering you Lush alternatives in this package. So that could be toothy tabs, that could be mouthwash, some deodorant, a body wash, maybe Happy Hippie, you never know. So keep commenting, keep asking us questions, and there's a good chance that you'll win one of those packages. So next question, what can we do to stop animal testing?
I mean, I think using your voice is the most important thing you do. Obviously, vote with your dollar, spend money on cruelty-free companies, but let brands that are cruelty-free know that being cruelty-free matters. Let those that aren't cruelty-free know that you're not going to shop from them unless they're cruelty-free. Really using your voice matters. And then right now there are legislations in California as well as in the US and Canada that are so important to act upon. The one here in California, the governor has yet to sign it, so contact Governor Jerry Brown, ask him to sign that into place. Once he does, that can go into effect. That's going to be a huge step. And then the Humane Cosmetics Act here in the US will be a big one as well, and then there's a similar one in Canada too.
Yes, absolutely. And if you want to help, you can contact your local legislator. Tap the link in our bio. It'll take you to a landing page where you can do 2 things. One, you can read a fantastic article that Tashina wrote for us, all about being cruelty-free. It's amazing. Another thing that you can do is it will take you to a page where you can fill out a form, and it will send an automatic email to contact your local legislature and tell them that you want to see laws be put into place that ban animal testing. Another thing that you can do is text 40649. You have to text "end cruelty" all in capitals to that number. It'll take you, it'll auto-populate the link. You tap the link, you go there, fill out the form. Super easy, super quick, and it's a really great way to tell your legislature that you hate animal testing as much as we do. So next question. So this is from the audience, by the way.
Okay.
What can I do to be cruelty-free in my life?
I think just start with small changes. Find out what products you're currently using. I have, again, a list on Logical Harmony of cruelty-free brands. It's super helpful. You probably own a lot of brands that are cruelty-free already, or using a lot of cruelty-free products. And just start small. Start by swapping out 1 or 2 things. And as you start to become more aware of what brands are cruelty-free, where it's easy to shop, it just gets easier and easier. But start with just a couple things, switch to cruelty-free options, and go from there. Like if it's your shower gel, get one from Lush or some other companies that are cruelty-free. There's so many cruelty-free brands out there, and I think that's the thing, is people don't realize how many brands are cruelty-free.
Exactly. And that's the great thing about your website. When I was perusing it the other day, she has cruelty-free brands available at Ulta, cruelty-free brands available at Sephora. She has done the research for you, and she's made it so easy. So if you have any questions about which brands are cruelty-free and which ones are not, logicalharmony.net. Great resource, love it. So another thing that people are asking, I see, is what animals are tested on? Like which kinds of animals are tested on? Do you know?
It's a lot of animals. Yeah. It's primarily smaller animals. The common thing that people think of are rabbits, but it's also, like small rodents and things like that. But it extends all the way to bigger animals too, like cats and dogs and animals that everyone thinks of as their friends. And so it's literally just this huge spectrum of animals. I think for a lot of the labs, it's whatever they can get for the cheapest, just to be completely blunt. So it's a huge variety, and that's why animal testing isn't accurate. Nothing about these animals and how they respond to things it's not the same as how we respond to them.
That's such a good point, is that not only is animal testing cruel, but it's not the most accurate. At Lush, we have human volunteers who want to try our new products, and we use historically safe ingredients. So we know that an ingredient is likely not going to cause a reaction, but we still have these human volunteers who are so stoked to try our new products and are willing to give us feedback on them. So there's just no reason anymore to have these animals go through such awful, awful, awful things. Another thing that I just want to mention is that we're partnering with the Humane Society International for this campaign, and they are an incredible organization. I really, really implore you to check them out. So we would love to know. Tell us if you've just sent a text, or if you've tapped the link in our bio, or if you've already done one of those two things to send a message to the legislatures. Comment and let us know, because we want to shout you out. So, okay, let's go on a little bit of a lighter note here.
Okay.
Let's talk about your favorite Lush products.
Oh, that is a tough one. I was thinking about this earlier because I've been a Lush consumer and customer for so long. I love rose jam. Everyone loves rose jam, but I love rose jam. Scenic, the shampoo bar, is amazing. Sleepy, the lotion, wonderful, especially if you put it in the fridge at night. It's the best. And then I think Cup of Coffee and Angels on Bearskin.
Oh, God. Good choices. Good choices. Hannah says she's texted. Thank you so much, Hannah. So is Alia, I think her name was. That's amazing. Thank you so much. We love to see that you've texted.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody said, how can I get involved with spreading the word about animal testing? That's a great question. I mean, what do you think? I think that they can just be really active on their personal social media.
Yeah. Continue
to spread the word. Spread the word about our campaign is a really great way that you can be active in ending animal testing. Do you have some other suggestions?
Yeah, I think just being vocal about why you're making your purchases. So share what you're buying. Share that you're buying it because it's cruelty-free. So whether that is you tweeting or posting on Instagram a photo of your new purchases and be like, I love these brands because they're cruelty-free, that's going to get people that you know involved as well, because it's going to catch their eye and they're going to be like, wait a minute, well, I buy from that brand too. That's great that they're cruelty-free, or, oh, I should check them out because they're cruelty-free. I think that when it comes to introducing people to that, just those small things, it really does make a difference and it really does matter.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's go back. Okay, I'm going to reintroduce us again. We're going to do this multiple times, you'll see. I'm Lauren from Lush Cosmetics on the social media team. This is the lovely Tashina of logicalharmony.net, cruelty-free expert and all-around amazing woman. And she's telling us all about what you can do to go cruelty-free, some of the alternatives to animal testing, and why it's just not a necessary practice anymore. And again, we're giving away 5 cruelty-free starter packs that include a bunch of stuff that you would normally find at the drugstore, but some Lush alternatives if you are commenting, asking us questions, and just being super engaged. So yeah, I recommend you ask some questions. So I want to go back to the China conversation a little bit.
Okay.
Some people are still asking why some companies continue to test on animals, and it's not always the companies themselves that are actively doing it. It's usually because of China. And do you want to elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, so the big reason, and this is kind of like the big elephant in the room, is China requires animal testing on every cosmetic product that is sold in stores there. And the testing is done by their government labs, but the brands know that it's happening. They know it's going to occur, and they agree to it to happen. And that is the primary reason why a lot of companies do still test on animals, is they want to be in that market. It's a huge market for cosmetics. They can make a lot of money, and that's the bottom line, is it's a business decision. And that's where it's important to let them know as a consumer that you're not going to buy their products because they're not cruelty-free. And if they become cruelty-free, you will shop from them. So it's really important to let them know why it matters to you.
I saw that somebody was asking, how does Lush ensure that our suppliers aren't testing on animals? And we have a whole team that's dedicated to making sure that that doesn't happen. We have an ethical buying team who makes sure that all of our ingredient suppliers are cruelty-free, are doing things in the most ethical way possible. They're fantastic people. Let me know in the comments if you would like for me to interview one of our ethical buying team members, because they love telling that information. They're so gung-ho about it. They're really passionate about their work. So let's see. Oh, something important to answer, and I've seen this question being asked a little bit in here, is has Lush always been cruelty-free? The answer is yes, right from the get-go. Even before we were Lush, when we were a company called Cosmetics to Go, we've always been cruelty-free. We've always been fighting against animal testing. It's been part of our mandate, and it's going to continue to be our mandate until it ends on a global scale. So join the fight with us, because we want it to end. Another reminder, tap the link in our bio, fill out the form, tell your local legislator that you want to see animal testing ending for good, that you want to see a law written that animal testing is no more. And again, you can also, you can tap the link in our bio, you can also text End Cruelty, all in caps, to 40649 if you're in the United States, or 70734 if you're in Canada. You might have seen my eyes going in different directions because I have to remember, I don't have the numbers memorized. I'm so sorry. All right, so, all right. Beyond just purchasing power, which is a huge, huge thing, what else can people do to help end animal testing once and for all? How else can they use their voices?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, contacting your legislatures, that's huge. They need to hear from you. They need to know that this matters to the people who are voting for them. And contacting brands. Support the brands that are cruelty-free. Let them know you love that they're cruelty-free. The ones that test on animals, let them know you're not going to buy from them because they're not cruelty-free. It's so, so important. And then just sharing the word about why you're choosing to pick cruelty-free. So posting on Instagram like your favorite products and that you're picking these products because they're cruelty-free, and just educating those around you in a really mindful way is so important. The more awareness that's brought to this, the more people start to think about it. And I think that because people think animal testing is a thing of the past, they don't necessarily think of it front and center of mind. And so it's really important to just mention it where you can, bring it up where you can, and just be vocal about it as an issue.
And for those just joining, we're getting some questions of like, what does cruelty-free mean? So do you want to just go through that definition one more time?
Yeah, totally. So cruelty-free means that there's no animal testing at any point. So all the way from the basic ingredients that are used to create the product to the finished product that's on the shelves being sold. So the whole line, production, manufacturing, formulation, all cruelty-free.
Absolutely. Oh, and another way to spread the message is posting on your own social media and using the hashtag #BeCruelty-Free. That helps spread the message. It's a really, really, we look at that hashtag, we search for it, we love to see people helping to spread that message. So please use the hashtag #BeCruelty-Free, especially if you're talking about cruelty-free products, if you're talking about animal testing, any of that. Okay, something that I would like to know is your personal journey to becoming cruelty-free. So why don't you give us a little bit of a background as to why you started logicalharmony.net and why you decided to go cruelty-free?
Yeah, so I was always really interested in animal testing. You know, in middle school, I would like write my year-long reports about why animal testing wasn't necessary, why it was cruel and unnecessary. And then as I got older, I really became involved in beauty, and I started doing beauty blogging. And I honestly, just like so many people out there, thought animal testing for cosmetics was a thing of the past. I didn't realize it was happening as much as it was. And then once my eyes were really open to that and I realized what I was contributing to, I wanted to make the change. And so that's when Justin and I started really focusing on honing Logical Harmony to be totally focused on cruelty-free. And he was such an incredible part of that journey for me. And just swapping out all my products, and I realized all these questions I have, other people have them too. And so really wanting to make it a place that made it easy for people to pick cruelty-free, easy to find answers to their questions, and just a good resource for everyone who wanted to be cruelty-free or has been cruelty-free for a while, just trying to like make it easy for everyone.
Now, some companies claim to be cruelty-free except for at times when it's required by law. You don't consider that to be cruelty-free?
No, because it's still animal testing. The brands still know that it's happening. They're agreeing to it. So in my mind, that's not cruelty-free. Again, you know, required by law, animal testing could be that they want to sell in a market that requires it, or that they're using ingredients or formulations that are new to the market and have not yet been proven safe. But with how many have been proven safe to use and how many amazing brands are cruelty-free, it shows that there's no need for animal testing, even required by law.
Right, and so a lot of people are asking, are there any benefits to animal testing? And the answer is no.
No. yeah, I mean, it's expensive for the brands, more expensive than their alternatives. They're just not accurate, and that's something that's been proven over and over again, is it's just not accurate, and it's so unnecessary and so cruel. There's simply no reason to do it.
One more way that you can help out, aside from tapping the link in our bio, filling out the form, or texting 40649, end cruelty rather, is buying a charity pot. So 100% of the sales, minus the tax, go to grassroots organizations around the globe. We have, if you've been in our shops recently, you'll see that we have some new fancy lids. We have Social Compassion in Legislation here, which is an animal advocacy organization. They're amazing. They're American-based. They're fantastic. Our Canadian partner for this campaign is the Animal Alliance of Canada. So please, purchase Charity Pot. It's a beautiful lotion too. It's not sticky or greasy. It just absorbs into the skin, olive oil, so many great ingredients in it. Love it. So another way that you can do it is, again, tapping that link in the bio, fill out the form. So I'm gonna reintroduce us one more time. I'm Lauren from the social media team at Lush. This is Logical Harmony Tashina.
Hi.
That's her new name, Logical Harmony Tashina. She created logicalharmony.net, an amazing resource to find cruelty-free brands. And yeah, we're here talking about all things cruelty-free, why it's not necessary anymore, alternatives that are available, all that fun stuff. Oh, please, when you fill out the form too, share it on Facebook and Twitter. We really, really want to spread this message, as you can tell. So please just get the message out there, contact your local legislatures, all that fun stuff. Okay, so I think that might be it.
Yeah, I feel like we covered a lot.
I think we covered a lot. So I think that we're gonna probably end it now.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds good.
All right.
Just make sure you guys text.
Yes. So one more time. Text End Cruelty in capitals to 40649 in the US, or End Cruelty all in caps to 70734 if you're in Canada. We want to know if you have any last questions. Otherwise, tap that link in the bio. Help us end animal testing for good. And I think we're going to wrap up now. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This was wonderful.
Yeah, I had a really great time.
Me too.
Logicalharmony.net, cruelty-free resource right here. Amazing. Amazing. All right, you guys. Thanks for joining us. Bye.